You'd be better off grabbing a 357, putting a 1 in the chamber, spinning it, and fucking playing Russian roulette. I mean, that's the way I feel about it. Heroin is taking my life away from me.
Zach, how old are you?
35.
35. How long have you been here?
I've lived here for about going on 3.5, 4 years. I just got out of prison back in February. Moved up here in 2016. Me and my wife, we separated, so.
Got out of prison when?
February this year.
In Kentucky?
Well, state time. I didn't go to like Class B or nothing. I was doing Class D time.
Oh, you was in the county?
Yeah.
So you was in a Class D facility?
Yeah.
You didn't have no yard time or nothing?
No.
Hard time?
I was a level 3. Like, I went 6.5 months without seeing the sunlight one time. It was ridiculous.
What was your, do you remember what your score was, your security score?
I was a level 3. I'm not really,
Yeah.
that was the only time I ever went down. Not the first time I ever, like, caught me throwing the charges.
What was you charged? Do you mind me asking?
It was a rack up. I was trafficking heroin, cocaine, marijuana, handgun, and an escape in the second degree. I caught the escape in the second degree after I caught those initial charges.
They got you and then you escaped.
Basically, the HIP went, which is like house arrest, out to a rehab, and finished rehab, and my lawyer's like, well, you gotta go back to jail. I'm like, no, fuck that, I'm not going back to jail. So I cut the bracelet off, because I figured I didn't run. For one, I did a 6-month rehab on HIP, followed all the guidelines for HIP and the rehab, and now you want me to go back to jail? I've never walked into a jail, you know what I mean? I've always been taken into a jail.
Right.
Yeah, so, yeah. But in hindsight, that was the stupidest fucking thing I could have done.
What was their reasoning if you had done all the requirements for trying to get you to go back into it?
I really have no idea. I think it's just lack of interest on their part. I think they just wasn't worried about what was going to happen to me. Because I was already homeless. I don't really have any family up here. I've got a sister who's homeless up there too, which is basically what brought me to Louisville after my parents passed away.
Sorry to hear that.
It's part of life.
How long have you been homeless?
I've been basically 2015. I haven't had like a lease or rented. I've been altogether tent time, what I call tent time, like sleeping in a tent, was about 2 years, but like, and then I was in jail for 3 years, so I mean, I would rather be homeless than live in jail any day of the week, you know what I mean? But that's basically the gist of it.
So do you still have drug issues?
Yeah.
What do you do? You're kind of naughty, it seems like. How much of that do you do a day?
By choice, if I had a choice of how much I got to do a day, I'd be happy with $1 grand a day.
$1 gram a day? How much is that in money?
Oh, good stuff, $100.
$100 a day.
I'm just being honest.
If you don't do it, you get sick?
Yeah, I mean, if you've ever had the flu, take that, multiply it by 10, and that's basically what it feels like when it comes down off of heroin. Heroin isn't a drug you get high on. It's basically, it's a material I use to stay well, you know what I mean? To keep you going to the point of growing up and shitting all over the place, you know? It's the devil. When it comes right down to it, that's what it is.
How long could you go before you were sick without using it?
It depends on the quality of the stuff that you use. Basically, if it's average, you're gonna start feeling the first symptoms within 12 hours if it's just mediocre stuff. But if it's really good stuff, you can go like 24 hours without feeling any of the symptoms.
But pretty much every day you've got to use
Yeah.
just to not be sick.
That's right.
Wow. Have you tried any of the methadone clinics or Suboxone?
No, I've only used Suboxone to get high in jail. Never messed with methadone. I've heard the detox from methadone is worse than the detox than heroin. I was like, why would I want to put myself to that? But it's just, I'm not sure why I keep doing what I do. I've detoxed a couple times, going into jail. That's the only time I'm voluntarily detoxed. Well, no, I detoxed one time voluntarily, but it was either do that or go to jail. So that's what I did. But I detoxed down there in Zack-Louisville. I don't know if you're familiar with that or not.
You don't have kids?
I do have kids. I've got 2 kids.
How old are your kids?
My son's 12, and my daughter's going to be 11 in August.
Are you in touch with your children?
Right now, I'm at the point where like it's probably better if I don't, because like they're old enough to figure out. The mom probably tells them too that daddy's a junkie now, whatever. When I was with my wife and kids, I didn't use heroin. I had a pill problem, which is basically what led up to the major catastrophe of us separating. She's seen how much money I'd spent in 1 year on odd things, and I feel like I was a good dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But right now, I think if I just like pop in their life every once in a while, it's going to do more damage than it is good. You know what I mean? My wife is a great mom and everything. She's a good mom to my kids. And, she's got a good family background too. And like, I love my kids, but I think they'd be better off in the shape I'm in right now. I don't feel like I deserve any part of their life. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. I know exactly what you mean.
Do I want to be a part of life? Yeah, but when I think of my life in bigger sections than one day at a time, I get so damn like overwhelmed that it's like there's times I pray that, man, let this shot just take me home, man. Come on, man. My mom died from an overdose, I feel like I'm the one who fucking did it because I got the shit for her. You know what I mean? So it's just why am I here? Why didn't she get to stay? You know what I mean? Why do I deserve another day?
Wow. That's a good question. Make it a good one. Make it a good answer.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know, brother. I know it's hard, man.
Oh, here's a question. You know how it is, man. I'm sure you're
Yeah. So where are you going from here, brother? What's the next step?
Next step is when they catch up with me, I've got 6 more months to do.
You have a warrant? Okay.
Yeah. I'm
in this
stumped.
state here?
Yeah.
So as soon as they get you, you're popped.
I mean, yeah, that's
that
I'm
could.
surprised it hasn't already happened.
What are you looking at? What are you looking at?
I only got 6 months on the shelf. I do 6 months and I hit MRS. So if you have, like, once you make parole, if you abscond, you have to stay at least 6 months before you're MRS eligible. MRS is like 8 months to the end of your sentence. So.
They're doing that for everybody now, huh?
Yeah.
Everybody gets out 8 months.
Well, but you only get MRS twice in a lifetime. You only get it twice.
You've never had it?
No, I was 32 when I caught my first felony as an adult.
What was the most time you did? In one stretch?
It was just right. It was 32 months. 32.
You didn't try SAP?
Yeah, I did SAP. SAP
You
was
did
part
do
of-
SAP.
Yeah, it was part of the, it's all a joke. All it is a money scheme for whatever facility it is that's running it. Because each person who graduates, I think the jail receives like $15,000, or the program. Like I was in Christian County Jail, and I was on the Phoenix Recovery Center. That's the program. Like one, I guess a board owns the program.
Is that Hopkinsville?
It's close to Hopkinsville. Yeah, it is Hopkinsville. Yeah.
Christian County.
Uptown. Oh, really, that was off the hook. And then as soon as I got out of SAP, they stick me in the jungle. Like the jungle is the biggest cell in the jail with the most stuff in there. You know what I mean?
After you graduated,
Yeah.
they did that to you.
Yeah.
See, it's not, it shouldn't have been that at all, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tattoos.
Yeah,
drugs,
it's tempting, isn't it?
hooch, you know what I
People,
mean?
places, and things, and they
Yeah.
put you right back with it. Yeah, you can do it. You can do it, man.
See, it's like
You got it in you, man.
When
You're
I go
still here
back
for a reason.
6 months, that's my.
That's gonna be
myself
what
that-
gets you there. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I already know. I know exactly.
My sister's out here. She's pregnant. She's with the fucking lunatic. You know what I mean? And this guy, I feel like I'm a constant mediator for their relationship. You know what I mean? And I'm like, she's the only family that'll have anything to do with me right now. So it's like that's why I went to see C.S. Russell when they broke me out, and that place is a joke too. It's halfway houses they send you to after you get on parole. Joke. All of them. They're all fucking trap houses. That's all they are. I went to a halfway house in Paducah, and my dorm mates, they're like, my second night there, called me over, opened up the locker, and I was like, we need you to do that right there. And there's a line of Suboxone and meth. Like, we need you to do that so we know you're cool. You know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck? Are you serious? Like, yeah, we're dead serious. We will hurt you if we think you're fucking a rat. You know what I mean? It's weird. I don't know how a person gets so institutionalized that like they start doing that to other people off the rip. But
It's thinking errors. You learned that in SAP, right? You learned about the thinking errors, didn't you?
Yeah, all about it. Yeah. Like
Was you doing any pull-ups? You pull anybody up, or they quit that by the time you was in
oh,
there?
push-ups and pull-ups?
No. The pull-up where you go to somebody and you say, "This is your awareness."
Yeah.
For
Like
and then they say, "I get right on top of that."
They hit you with an accountability.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
Thank you. I get right on top of that.
A pull-up is supposed to be like pointing out something positive that you did. I think.
Okay.
It's kind of like the opposite of accountability. You know what I mean? So
So there's pull-ups and then there's accountability.
right.
So you'll approach somebody who did something they shouldn't have and say, "Hey, I'm holding you accountable for
Right.
whatever you did." And then the proper response is to say, "Thank you. I'll get right on top of that." No matter what.
Right. There's no arguing, no excuses. You know.
And I think it's a good little exercise to do, man, because people who are used to being that kind of people ain't used to taking no kind of criticism either.
Right.
You know what I mean? And accepting it and getting right on top of it and actually doing something.
Especially with somebody with a criminal mindset, sitting there and actually, oh man, like looking at something from another perception, you know what I mean, or perspective. You know, most criminals are single-minded. You know what I mean?
Concrete thinking.
That's it.
Concrete thinking, yes, sir. Well, what would you tell anybody who was thinking about using some heroin, getting ready to go out and have a good old time on the weekend, had never done it before?
You'd be better off.
Tell them.
You'd be better off grabbing a 357, putting one in the chamber, spinning it, and fucking playing Russian roulette. Honestly, I mean that's the way I feel about it. Heroin is taking my life away from me. My motivation. I sleep in a tent down by the river. The old Saturday Night Live skit with Chris Farley. Well, that's my fucking life now. I live in a van down by the river. You know what I mean? And you're either dead or you're the walking dead. Heroin, if I could take my anger out on a physical form of heroin, it would die. I would kill it. I hate it. But in the same sense, I love it. It's crazy. And it doesn't matter how long you've gone without it, the second it's put in your face, and if you're not truly prepared and truly ready to quit doing it, then you're not going to quit doing it. That's just, I don't see how I got to this point. It's madness.
Go turn yourself in.
After my, believe it or not, that's
Flag the next cop down. There's a cop station right there.
I'm not coming to this city's jail. This city's jail is after my sister here has her baby or goes to rehab, I've got to ride to another county.
Where are you shooting at? Where at?
I don't really track that lighting that one up.
They ain't collapsed on you yet? You ain't had to go in them arteries yet?
Nah. Right there, that really fucking, like, I can't hit right there for some reason. So I back my arms, kind of tracked up.
Do you get clean needles?
Yeah. I try to always make sure I get mine.
Alrighty, Zach, it was nice meeting you.
I hope I gave you what you were looking for.
Hey, man. Everybody has a unique story, and there's something to gain from hearing everybody's story. Alrighty, Zach, the last thing, what would you say is probably the worst thing that's ever happened to you as a result of your drug use?
Okay, that's easy for me to answer. It was March 2017. I was down by the riverfront here in Louisville, camping out by the walking trail, and it was colder than shit that morning. I remember, and I had a fat dose of some really good stuff, and I lit a sterno. I don't know if you know what a sterno is, but it's a little metal can with flammable gel that's in it, and a lot of food service places use them. But I lit it up, warmed up, so I could get my veins popping, you know what I mean, and did my shot, and then I nodded out, and when I came to, I had to piss real bad, right? So I'm high as hell, and I'm not sure how long I'd been out, so I'm kind of crawl out of my little one-man tent, looks like a cocoon. That's all I had, and as I'm using the bathroom, I look down at my feet. What the hell? They're like, my feet are black. I'm like, did I get frostbite? How long have I been out? You know what I mean? And I'm like, damn. So I'm still really high off this age. So I get done pissing, open the tent back up, I crawl back in, and then I'm like, what the fuck? The quilt that I was sleeping on was smoldering. It was like this, and I was burning my hands as I was crawling back in, and as I came to realize what had happened, I burnt my foot. I roasted my foot to where like it looked like it was a burnt hot dog. Like my toes looked like burnt hot dogs, literally that bad. So, guy next to me, I'm like, Rick, call an ambulance, man. I fucking fucked up bad. It's like, what happened? I said, I burnt myself bad. I had burns from my feet all the way up to my knees on this foot right here. And
are your toes gone?
yeah, they had to amputate half of my foot.
Your toes are gone, bro.
Gone, bro. All the way down to my knuckle. Flat.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so, and that's a result of me going to the hospital and them basically saying, well, here's some painkillers. We're gonna have you go to a clinic in a week and see how it is. Good old U of L hospital. So I said, I got my painkillers, and I called my dude up and said, I got some pills, you want to trade for a bag? And I continued to do that. This is why I was out on HIP. Like this is 2 weeks after I cut the bracelet off. That's why I said stupidest thing I ever could have done was cut the bracelet off. And then I didn't go with the follow-up. I figured I could, I'd just take it day by day, and I was panhandling all the way around Louisville, riding the tug from here to there to everywhere, sliding. I wasn't walking. I couldn't pick my foot up. I couldn't put a whole lot of pressure on it, so I literally dragged my foot, and very slowly but surely got what I had to do. You know what I mean? Did what I had to do to get my dose for the day. They caught up with me 2 months, almost 2 months after I burnt my foot, and it had to be amputated because infection had set into the bone. I had to do intense iodine treatments for 2 months before they could even do the surgery because of the infection. You know what I mean? It was so deep into the bone. And at first they thought they was only going to have to take 3 toes off, but they actually had to take almost half the foot off. And I've heard of worse situations happening than that from using heroin.
Still got good spirits
Yeah.
to have been through all that. You're in great spirits.
Yeah.
Thank you, Zach.
All right.
Nice meeting you.